and welcome to Facebook and YouTube. We're going live. We're talking about some awesome stuff here in the first month of 2019, talking about how to get you started or grow your business as a doctor, or start on your vision, start to achieve the vision, the big vision you have for the future and for your life and for your career. And that's not your usual standard way of doing things. So today what we're talking about is the first step to starting in business. Now, I've worked with a whole bunch of people who have attempted to start businesses, who have started businesses. I've started many myself. Some successful, some not successful, but that's kind of how it goes. But one of the things that every single time before we get started, the first step, right? And this is a common question of what do I do? Or what often happens the other way around is that people come to me and they have this idea. They have this idea of they have this gadget or widgets or things that they want to build, or they have a cool idea for an app or a service or something like that. Or they're like, right, first step, I need to get, they think, I need to get a logo or a website or branding or all sorts of, or I need to do a course, all sorts of different things, or I need to get the right business structure or something like that. All sorts of different things come up where people are like, I need to do that first before I actually get started. But what I tell people is that let's take a step back. Before we start doing that, the problem with doing all of that is that you can get yourself down all these different rabbit holes, but not actually get anywhere with a business. And ultimately, the only thing that really counts in your business is having clients that you're helping. Because if you don't have clients who are paying you to help them, well, there is no business. There's nothing. It's just a hobby, an expensive hobby with some nice websites and things. So that's the first step, is around understanding not just about getting the clients, but understanding who will they be? Who will you be helping? So that's the first step, right? We're going to go back before we look at all the websites and all that kind of stuff and all the widgets and gadgets. Let's put this up on the screen here. Who will you be helping? All right, who will you be helping? Because once you understand who this individual is, what their challenges are, what their problems are, then everything else starts to fall into place. So let me give you an example. All right. Some of our private clients that we've worked with before were doctors. One particular doctor who wanted to work, well, she had a number of ideas. And when I spoke to her on the phone, initially she had one idea. Then when she joined our program and we started working with her, she completely changed to something else. And she went from wanting to help nursing homes and emergency departments to wanting to help women with in their 30s who want to fall pregnant, and to do it and giving them medical-based advice rather than all the crazy shit you hear on the internet. So when she was like, right, I'm thinking about starting a website, I was like, all right, let's take a step back and let's find out, who you actually want to work with. Because the worst case scenario isn't that you don't start a business. The worst case scenario is that you start one, but you're working with people you don't even like. Or you've got all these clients you don't want to look after, so you've created yourself yet another job that you might not be happy with. That's point number one. Number two, if you don't know who these people are, you don't know if your product or service is actually going to help them, and you're going to be in that position of the many countless apps who have this fancy pants app, but nobody really cares or gives a shit because it doesn't really help anybody. Or that, which is a problem that I see a lot, especially in the big kind of trend of the whole startup scene, where people have this cool idea, this widget started, but nobody really cares because it's not helping anyone. So we need to take that step back. Okay, firstly, for the reason of making sure you're actually working with the right people you like, and number two, you know how to help them. So first, you describe this person, age, also all kinds of details. That's the first step. Describe this person. Who are they? What are they like? Number two, what are the problems that they're having? I've got some notes here so that I'll make sure that I'm on the right track. Number two is, what are the problems that they're having? As a doctor, when someone comes to you, you ask them lots of questions about, when the pain began, where did it radiate to, how's it evolved over time, what level is it at, what have you tried for it? You dig and find out what the problem is. That's the second thing. The third thing is what kind of a solution would they love to have? Obviously, if they've got pain, they want removal of that pain, but it's not as simple when you're in business. So, for example, one of the companies that we run is an exam preparation company. We help people prepare for the GAMSAT, which is the postgraduate medical school entrance exam here in Australia and the UK as well. And so people come to us and they're like, right, I'm struggling with this one particular section of the exam, and they told me all the problems they're having with it, and then they're like, well, I just want some people might say, oh, I just want to plan on how to move forward. Or others will say, oh, I just want some resources that will help me to address this. Others are like, I want the full treatment. I want from start to finish the whole thing, all the guidance and support I need. So different solutions for different people. I mean, what we offer is that holistic plan and approach and all the resources and the guidance. So we offer a high-end program to broke uni students who end up not being so broke because they pay the prices for it, and when the value is there, they find the money. And so we offer a solution to people who have a particular problem that we can help them, and we know that is because we understand our clients really, really well. And so every time I talk to one of our private clients, the first step is to help them to identify who are the people that they want to be working with, what are their problems, and what solutions would they love to have. Because from there, you might realize, oh, actually, I don't want to do this business. And so you don't have to do the logos and the branding and the websites and the business structures or anything like that. Instead, you can just shift to something else. Or maybe you can refine it to really get once you start talking to people about this stuff, you can really refine and make sure that you're on the right track with all the other things. So I hope that was helpful. That's the first step. And enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions or any feedback in the comments below. Thank you.